Good morning everybody. So today we will be discussing about thermodynamics of black body radiations. So which we consider as one of the applications of ideal Bose system can find in this black body radiations, and which is mainly dealt with the photons. So the photons are contained in a particular black body system which we consider as a cavity. So the property of the photon will be mainly discussed by this case. Okay, and in black body cavity we basically say that, or a black body means it can absorb all the type of radiation which is incident on that one. So we normally we consider any body which absorb all the radiation, so which we call it as a black body over here. So the main property of a black body, as I said, so it will absorb all the radiations, will absorb by a black body case. Okay, so here we will be considering a black body cavity. Okay, so within the cavity all the radiations are absorbed, radiation can be identified in the within the cavity. So we'll consider a black body cavity here. So black body cavity which having a volume V and temperature T is considered here, and in this case the particle or radiations within the black body cavity which we say that which is identical and which are indistinguishable particles within the cavity, and this identical indistinguishable particle we call it as photons. So basically black body cavity which has a photons are trapped in that cavity inside the black body. Okay, so which will be absorbing all the type of radiation. So we are mainly dealing with the photon here. So since we are dealing with photon, so we have to consider the energy of a photon that you would have already has been introduced in your other basic textbook when you consider the modern physics of this one, and also black body radiation case also you have discussed there itself. And here the energy of a photon we can simply say that E equal to what? E is equal to H cross omega, or rather I can represent as H nu. So this is the energy of any photon. So when you consider a photon, the energy of a photon it can vary from 0 to infinity. So the energy of a photon can be varied from 0 to infinity, and while the rest mass of photon, so it's a photons, so the rest mass of photon which will be equal to what? Which will be 0. So the rest mass of photon I can say that it will be equal to 0. So by taking this consideration, the rest mass of the photon is 0 and energy can vary from 0 to infinity. So we'll examine the thermodynamics of black body radiation. What are the different thermodynamic relations that is can be obtained for black body radiations, that we will be discussing here. Okay, so to start with the discussion of thermodynamics of black body radiation, we'll take Q equal to PV by KT. It's an equation that is we already are studied, where Q is a Q value, or rather it is called as Q potential, which is equal to Q equal to PV by KT, that we already know. And corresponding to this one, for an ideal Bose system we have obtained the equation was sigma epsilon ln 1 minus z e raised to minus beta epsilon. So this was the representation we obtained for a Q potential, where which is equal to PV by KT equal to minus sigma epsilon ln 1 minus z e raised to minus beta epsilon, where epsilon is a single particle energy, and here we will be discussing about single photon energy. And here I would like to say one more thing. So there will be no work will be done. Okay, the work done for a photon to be created, okay, created or destroyed will be 0. That means there will be no work done to create a photon, or rather to destroy a photon. So what it means is that in that situation the chemical potential, so the chemical potential will be equal to 0. So chemical potential mu equal to 1, which is equal to 0. So that means we have a representation for fugacity. So that I hope you remember, the fugacity z is equal to what? It was e raised to mu by kt. So this is the representation for z. Okay, so z, if I substitute e raised to mu equal to 0, if I substitute in this equation, though this will becomes what? This will becomes 1 for photon. Okay, so z value will be equal to 1 for photon in that case. Now, by considering that the above Q potential equation, so I will be getting as Q equal to what? Minus sigma epsilon ln 1 minus e raised to minus beta epsilon, because z equal to 1 in this situation. Okay, now this equation also I can write like this: minus 2 into sigma epsilon ln into 1 minus e raised to minus beta epsilon. Okay, so here you can see that here we introduced a 2 here. What is that 2 represent? The 2 representing is that it which having a 2 degree of freedom. Okay, or rather we can say that we will be considering 2 photons over here. Okay, 2 degree of freedom, or we can say that we will be dealing with 2 photons. So that's why we have introduced this 2 over here. Q equal to minus 2 sigma epsilon ln 1 minus e raised to minus beta e. Okay, so here you can see that this Q potential we represented in terms of summation. So the summation I can replace with the integral. So the integral I will be taking as over a volume. So earlier also we have done similar exercise. So the integral I will be replacing will be equal to 4 pi p square dp divided by h cube into v will be there, and this integral from 0 to infinity. Okay, into ln 1 minus e raised to minus beta epsilon. So this is how the representation. You know that what is this representation means? It is actually simply 0 to infinity d omega. Okay, so that was integral 0 to infinity, or integral d cube q d cube p, and we know that d cube q equal to v and d cube p will be equal to 4 pi e square dp. So this was the representation corresponding to that. Okay, so while you do that, then your equation becomes what? Ln. So this also we can say that q equal to pv by kt. So this is equivalent to what? Pv by kt is equal to ln of grand partition function, so which is equal to q value. So this kind of representation we have done in earlier cases as well. Okay, so q equal to ln grand partition function equal to pv by kt, which is equal to minus 2 0 to integral 4 pi p square dp divided by h cube v, where v is the volume, ln into 1 minus e raised to minus beta epsilon. So this was the representation we will be obtaining for here. Now I can say that here q equal to ln grand partition function, which is equal to minus 2. So this 4 pi p square, 4 pi v I can take it outside because it is a constant, divided by h cube. So our integral will be evaluating on 0 to infinity p square ln into 1 minus e raised to beta epsilon into dp. Okay, now we know that we can represent this epsilon equal to what? Epsilon equal to, I can give it as pc. Okay, so which is actually where the photon mass is what? Photon rest mass, we already say that that is equal to 0. Okay, so that is equal to 0. So we can say that epsilon equal to what? is equal to PC. So you have a similar representation, epsilon square is equal to P square C square plus M0 C square. Okay, so this M0 is actually what? It is the rest mass of photon which is equal to 0. So which I can then write it as epsilon square is equal to P square C square, then epsilon equal to what? PC I can notate, where epsilon is a single particle energy, that is I already said. Okay, and also this has another way of we can represent it, that for example we get epsilon equal to, we know that h nu. Okay, so we also know that P equal to what? H pi lambda by d Broglie wavelength case, and we say that P equal to what? From this representation P will be equal to, which I can write it as lambda, I can write it as h nu by c, right? H nu by c. Okay, so h nu we already know that it is equal to epsilon by c, where epsilon is a single particle energy, so h nu equal to E. Okay, so from this also you can identify the representation, so that is equal to epsilon equal to PC, like that. Okay, now what I do here is that I'll be substituting this representation over here. So my this equation becomes q equal to minus 8 pi divided by v h cube integral 0 to infinity ln 1 minus e raised to minus beta epsilon I can replace with pc, so this is minus beta pc d. So this I can write it as like this, dp cube divided by 3. Why I write like this means with into dp as well, here dp also will be there. So d derivative of pq by 3, so which is equal to what? If you take the derivative of this one, you will be getting 3p square by 3. Okay, so this 3 and cancel, will be getting p square. So I can replace the p square in this equation. This p square in this equation I can write it as d p cube by 3. P cube by 3. So like I can represent the above equation. So while I do so, then I am just evaluating this integral. So this is equal to minus 8 pi v divided by h cube. Okay, so while solving this integral, you will have ln into 1 minus e raised to minus beta pc, okay, into p cube divided by 3. You have to apply limit 0 to infinity over here, minus integral 0 to infinity minus e raised to minus beta pc divided by 1 minus e raised to minus beta pc, so into minus beta c is a constant, so we'll have p cube divided by 3, okay, into dp will be there. Okay, so when you do this one, what you will be having is that when you apply this limit over here, so e raised to minus infinity means that will be 0. Okay, and ln of 1 will be, that is equal to 0, and what we finally getting is that 8 pi v divided by h cube 0 to infinity p cube divided by, so this term of the term will go 0. Okay, so the bracket will be there. Okay, so this pq by 3, only the second term exists in the above equation, so beta pc divided by 1 minus e raised to minus beta pc, okay, dp into beta c. So this is the representation I'll be getting here. Okay, so while further I solve this one, what I'll be getting is that we'll have this beta pc, I can write it as c by kt la. So 8 pi nu, okay, sorry, 8 pi v la. So 8 pi v divided by 3 h cube kt. So here c also, that means beta is c, beta c I can write it as c by kt, because beta equal to 1 by kt, that is already we know. So 0 to infinity, p cube will be remains p cube, and if I divide e raised to minus beta pc, if I divide this equation, so what it remains is that 1 by e raised to beta pc will be the minus 1. That means if I am just dividing this representation e raised to minus beta pc, if I divide on the numerator and denominator, I will be getting this representation. So this is equal to dp. Okay, so like I will be getting the representation. Now what I do here is that, so let me just represent that. So this is our q, or rather pv by kt, pv by kt, pv by kt. Okay, so let I be giving a substitution here, that is x is equal to beta pc. Okay, so in that situation dx will be equal to what, beta c, dp will be there. Okay, so that is dp equal to, I can write it as beta means 1 by kt la. Okay, so I can write this as dp equal to, this will transform to dp equal to means kt divided by c into dx. So like I can write it out, and also we can say that p equal to what, p equal to x kt by c. Okay, so from this pv by kt becomes, pv by kt equal to 8 pi v c divided by 3 h cube kt. Okay, 3 h cube kt, 0 to infinity. So this p cube becomes what, p cube becomes kt x divided by c all cube. Okay, 1 by e raised to x minus 1 kt by c dx. dp is what, kt by c dx. Okay, so when you do so, which is equal to, we will be getting as 8 pi v divided by 3 h cube k, this c by kt and kt by c will get cancelled. So these two can cancel, and kt x by c all cube is there, so which I can take the kt k cube t cube, I can take it outside, and c also. So k cube t cube divided by c cube. Okay, so then integral becomes 0 to infinity. We'll have x cube divided by e raised to x minus 1 dx. So this is the representation we'll be having after that. Now, so our pv by kt, pv by kt equal to what, I will be getting as, while evaluating this representation, pv by kt equal to, I will be getting as pv by kt equal to, so if you find the solution for this one by applying, so what you will be getting, that solution for this term alone, so that will be, you will gonna get x raised to 4 by 15. Okay, so that is the solution you will be getting for sorry, pi raised to 4 by 15. Pi raised to 4 by 15, that will be a solution for this particular integral. Okay, so we'll have, I can write it as 8 pi v k cube t cube divided by 3 h cube c cube pi raised to 4 by 15. Okay, so that means pv by kt equal to 8 pi raised to 5. So that is 8 pi raised to 5. Okay, v into k cube t cube divided by t cube 45. 3 into 15, that is 45. 45 h cube c cube will be there. So like you will be getting the representation here. Okay, from that we will be getting p equal to what? P equal to, so this v and this will this is volume, right? So this v and get cancelled, so we'll have p equal to what? And kt if you multiply on the other side, so we'll have 8 pi raised to 5 k raised to 4 divided by 45 h cube c cube into t raised to 4. So this is the representation you will be getting for pressure in black body radiation. Okay, so what it means is that, so when you consider the pressure of a black body, the pressure is proportional to temperature's fourth power. Okay, so it is proportional to P proportional to T raised to 4, and this entire term you can take it as a constant, where K is Boltzmann constant, H is Planck's constant, C is the velocity of light. Okay, so P is fourth power of temperature in a cavity. Okay, so here you can see that the pressure is proportional to fourth power of temperature inside a cavity. Okay, so that's what we will be getting for the representation for pressure in a black body cavity. Now we will consider the next parameter here, so that is energy density. Okay, so we will be addressing the next parameter, so that we call it as energy density. So energy density means it is the internal energy per volume. So we got that PV by KT equal to what? It is equal to ln of grand partition function, which is equal to, we have obtained that 8 pi raised to 5. Okay, V K cube T cube divided by 45 H cube C cube, and which is equal to Q as well. Right? Okay, so this was the representation we got it as, and u equal to what? U equal to minus dou by dou beta, dou by dou beta of ln grand partition function. So when you do that, which is equivalent to what? So if I dou by dou beta, I can represent in terms of temperature, so which I can say that is kt square dou by dou t is equivalent to that. So it is equivalent to taking the derivative of temperature with respect to, okay, and the internal energy u equal to, so this is, I can say, the internal energy. Okay, so u equal to, what I'll be getting is that, so this value ln of grand partition function already we have obtained earlier, so which is equal to what? Which is equal to kt square dou by dou t of what? 8 pi raised to 5 V K cube T cube divided by 45 H cube C cube. So that is equal to KT square 8 pi V K cube. So if you this entire thing says keep it as a constant. So dou by dou t is already valid for taking dou by t cube divided by dou t. So 8 pi raised to 5 V K cube t cube divided by 45 H cube C cube, and if you take dou by dou t of t cube, that is 3t square. Okay, now this internal energy equation, then I can write it as U equal to okay, okay. So this I can write it as 8 pi raised to 5 V K raised to 4 T raised to 5. Okay, T raised to not 5 la, T raised to 5. Okay, so here there will be no t cube, right? So, okay, so this will be 8 pi raised to 5 kt square, because we are taking t cube derivative, right? So 3t square, so we'll have t raised to 4 over here. Okay, t raised to 4, k raised to 4, t raised to 4 divided by this 45 and 3 get cancelled now. So we'll get what we'll be getting as 15. We can write it as, or rather you can simply write like this as well. So here you can just multiply 3 into 8 pi raised to 5 V K raised to 4 T raised to 4 45 H cube C cube. So this is your internal energy representation you will be getting here. And now in this one, why do I represent that is alone means, because you can see that 8 pi raised to 5 V K raised to 4 T raised to 4 45 H cube C cube, what it means. So this is equal to what, this entire term is actually P, so which I can write it as 3P, that is internal energy is third times the value of pressure. Okay, so this is 3P. And now if I consider uh, okay, sorry, so this is actually U, so this I cannot say that U, okay, so this is the internal energy representation. Okay, okay, so this is the internal energy representation I'll be having. Now what I do, that energy density means we have to take what, energy density means I have to represent as U by V. So if I take U by V, so this will be 3 into 8 pi raised to 5, this V get cancelled, so K raised to 4 T raised to 4 divided by 45 H cube C cube. From this representation, this value is P actually, and this is 3 into P, that is 3P. Okay, so this is, I can say that this is equal to 3P. Okay, so the energy density, so this is the term we say that energy density, that is U by V. Okay, so U by V equal to what, U by V equal to 3P. From that I can say that pressure is equal to what, pressure is equal to 1 by 3 of the energy density U by V. Okay, so pressure value is 1 by third of the energy density, that is what we will be getting from this relation. Okay, so there was a relation between energy density and pressure for a black body case. Now the next part of the discussion we'll be discussing about what is the Stefan-Boltzmann law. Okay, Stefan-Boltzmann law. Okay, so here we will be considering that we have a cavity. Okay, earlier we said that we have a cavity which is completely closed. Now we say that if the cavity has a small opening, okay, we consider a cavity like this which have a very small opening over here, and we say that through this opening, if the particle is coming outside, that means the particle is getting effused from this cavity. In that situation, the net rate of particle which is flowing per this particular unit area. Okay, if you consider this particular unit area, the particle which is coming out of this cavity from the black body cavity. Okay, so we consider that we have a cavity which is a small opening, cavity with an opening, and through that opening the particle is getting effused, that is coming outside of that small opening, and we say that the net rate of flow, okay, net rate of particle, net rate of particle coming out from that unit area. Okay, so which will be equal to what, which is equal to r, that is equal to the value corresponding to that is 1 by 4 u by v into c, where c is the speed of light and u by v is the energy density. So the net rate of particle per unit area that is coming out of a cavity which have a small opening, which is called R equal to 1 by 4 U by V into C. So this is an important equation in the perspective of exam point of view. So you have to note down R equal to 1 by 4 U by V into C. So in U by V already we have identified what is the energy density representation, we already have identified. So we substitute that into the equation, that is 1 by 4 into 3 into 8 pi raised to 5 k raised to 4 t raised to 4 divided by 45 h cube c cube into c. So this is the representation of net rate of particle that is coming out from the unit area. So which is equal to, so here I can say that this 1 by 4 I keep it outside, and 3 and 45, so which will cancel each other. So we'll have 8 pi raised to 5 k raised to 4 t raised to 4 divided by this 3 and 45 cancel, that means 15 will be there, and h cube c cube and c get cancelled, that is c square will be remaining there. Okay, so this is the representation for the net rate of flow of electrons, so a particle through the cavity opening. And in this representation, so this entire equation I can write it as sigma t raised to 4 by saying the representation where sigma, which is equal to what, sigma is 1 by 4 8 pi raised to 5 k raised to 4 divided by 15 h cube c cube, which is a constant. So r equal to sigma t raised to 4 is the corresponding representation that we will be getting for this case. Okay, so r equal to sigma t raised to 4 will be getting, and this equation, this particular equation we call it as Stefan's Boltzmann equation or Stefan's Boltzmann law. The net rate of flow of particle through an opening per unit area which is equal to, which is proportional to fourth power of the temperature, where sigma we already said it's a constant, it's a proportionality constant, and the constant is this value. Okay, so r equal to sigma t raised to 4, so that is the net rate of flow of electron particle from that opening will be proportional to the fourth power of the temperature here. And this sigma we usually call it as what, we just call it as Stefan's constant. Okay, it is a constant, and the value of this Stefan's constant, if approximately find it out, that it is 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 watt meter inverse to k raised to minus 4. So this was the value of the Stefan's constant that you can identify from the literatures. Okay, so R equal to sigma T raised to 4, that is the Stefan's Boltzmann law. Now once we get this representation, the next part of the discussion will be addressing on the finding Helmholtz energy and Gibbs energy corresponding to this case. So we'll come to that. So the next thermodynamic parameter relation will be identifying about Helmholtz energy. Okay, so Helmholtz energy representation is easily to find. We know that the Helmholtz energy A equal to what? A equal to minus kT ln grand partition function. So those relations are important that we have studied earlier. So you can keep a note of that. And which I can say that A equal to what? A equal to minus kT into ln of gamma I can substitute as PV by kT. Okay, we already know that ln of this one is PV by kT, so I can substitute that. So from that A equal to what? A equal to I will be getting as kT cancel, that's minus PV will be there. So A equal to minus PV, and P already we know that in terms of internal energy P equal to what? 1 by 3 U by V. So which I substitute here, minus 1 by 3 U by V into V will be there. Okay, so that means A will be equal to what? A will be equal to minus 1 by 3 of internal energy. So that is your Helmholtz energy. It is the 1 by 3rd of the internal energy. That is what we will be getting for the Helmholtz energy representation. Now it's simple to find the entropy representation here. Okay. So the next part we will be addressing what is the entropy relation for a particle for a black body radiation. So the entropy can be easily identified from U minus A, where A is the Helmholtz energy, U is the internal energy, and T is the temperature, and which is equal to U minus. So A already we identified in terms of internal energy. So U minus 1 by 3 U minus 1 by 3 U. So that means it will be plus. Okay. So divided by T. So which is equal to, which I can say that 3U plus U divided by 3T will come here. Okay. So this is the representation you will be getting for here. That means which is equal to what? Which is equal to 4U by T. So the entropy is equal to 4U by T, where T is the temperature and U is the internal energy. So entropy also you could find it out from here. And now here I will be just substituting for the internal energy value over here. That is we already have identified early on. So that is U equal to, okay. So U equal to S is equal to 4U by T. So S I can represent as S is equal to, okay, it is 4 by 3T, right? So, okay, 4 by 3T. 4 by 3T. Okay. So this 4 by 3T I can take it out here, and if I substitute the value for U internal energy, that is we already know that 3 into 8 pi raised to 5 V k raised to 4 T raised to 4 divided by 45 H cube C cube. So that is equal to U, right? So U equal to 8 pi raised to 5 V k raised to 4 T raised to 4 divided by 45 H cube C cube into 3. Okay, so we substitute that into here, and 3 and 3 get cancelled. So what you will be getting is that 4 by 45. Okay, so we will be getting as 4 by 45 8 pi raised to 5 V k raised to 4 divided by h cube c cube t raised to 3 will be there. Okay, and from this representation what we will be getting is that, and this entire term will be keeping as a constant. Here volume representation is there, so which I can, for convenience, which I write it as 4 by 45 8 pi raised to 5 k raised to 4 h cube c cube. These all are constant, so we have v t cube. So like we'll be having the entropy relation in this case, and we say that the entropy is proportional to what? Proportional to v t raised to 3. Okay, so entropy is proportional to v t raised to 3 in this case, that is we'll be obtaining from this relation. So once you get the entropy is proportional to volume and the third order of temperature, from that representation one can say that when you have adiabatic process, for adiabatic process, we know that for adiabatic process the entropy will be 0 for adiabatic process. Okay, so if S is equal to 0 in that case, then we can say that V T cube will be equal to what? In that situation, V T cube will be a constant. Okay, V T cube will be a constant. That means V raised to 1 by 3 T is equal to what? It will be a constant. Rather this I can v t cube equal to a constant, I can write it as v raised to 1 by 3 t will be equal to a constant representation. This is very an important representation. This representation is for an adiabatic process. The entropy is 0 in that situation, this relation. Now what I consider is that, let me consider a universe. Okay, this is a universe. Let me just represent this is a universe, and which having a radius r. Okay, okay, which having a radius r. Okay, now we say that the volume, if I substitute this equation, we know that for the volume of this sphere is equal to what? 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume, and from this relation I can write it as 4 by 3 pi r cube raised to 1 by 3 t will be a constant. Okay, from this relation. Okay, so by utilizing that relation, one can say that if you take the relation in this between r cube into 1 by 3, that is rt will be a constant. Okay, so rt will be a constant, that is will be obtaining from here. So what it represent, what is the importance of such representation? Rt equal to a constant means, so it's simple that if rt equal to a constant, I can write it as the relation between these two is what? It will be equal to, when R is increasing, so the temperature has to decreases. When temperature has to increases, and the R will be decreasing. So that will be the relation between these two at that situation. Okay. So why that so important? So it's important because RT equal to a constant will be obtaining here. Okay. So I can write it as T1 R1 equal to T2 R2 as the relation for this, and we know that when you consider the origin of universe, okay, so the origin of universe, if you consider in that situation, so the temperature is T1. Okay, so and now we take it as the present temperature, which is T2. Okay, and we will know that the temperature T1 is less than T2. Sorry, temperature T1 is greater than T2. While comparing the time of origin, the temperature is very high compared to present time. Okay, so that is present means you can take it as 2021. Okay, so if that is a relation, we can say that when temperature is very high, the R1 value will be small. When temperature is very large, then the radius will be small. Okay, so by this explanation one can say that the universe, by considering origin of the universe and the present condition, by from this relation one can say that the universe is expanding because the radius is increasing, the present temperature is low compared to the origin time, so we say that the universe is expanding. So by this relation one can say that the universe is expanding. This is one of the uh, great concern and great concept, that universe is expanding, which you can explain by this relation. So that is a very important aspect of this thermodynamics of black body radiation. Okay, so we say that the universe is expanding, you can identify from this particular relation. So here the temperature at the origin of the universe, the temperature we take it as T1, and present temperature, that is 2021, you can consider the temperature is T2, and we say that we know that initially the temperature was very high. Okay, and now the temperature is comparably low compared to that, and if the temperature is very high, the radius of something will be small, that is from we identify from this relation, and if the temperature is low, the radius will be greater. So that means at T2 the radius is larger than R1, so we say that the universe is expanding by taking this consideration. Okay, so that was all about the intake of thermodynamics of black body radiation, and related to this one we have one more law that we have to discuss, that is about Planck distribution law. So that we will be discussing on the next class.